How do you deal with depression? Here's a different perspective. I'm not depressed, but I fight my wife's depression. At first, she didn't believe or want to believe she was depressed. She'd have episodes and I would just hold her. Sometimes for hours and hours. I encouraged her to see a doctor. She resisted. I didn't push it, but every time she needed help, I asked her to see the doctor. Eventually she agreed, and after the visit, I didn't go. I didn't want to steer the conversation. I wanted her to get a clinical opinion. She said the doctor says she had major depressive disorder and gave her some pills. A month went by and the episodes kept occurring. Her sex drive evaporated. The pills didn't work. We went back to the doctor and she asked me to come along. The doctor encouraged us to stay on the pills. They'd work in a few months. I expressed what I saw in her symptoms: long periods of being completely unresponsive, feelings of abject failure and disappointment, gnawing stress of pretending to be someone else, and the doctor had a complete change of demeanor. She thought my wife was having trouble getting out of bed, or otherwise just feeling like procrastinating. She changed her medicine from one pill a day to a totally different cocktail of pills. One to wake up, one to fall asleep, and one that destroyed her sex drive, but had the neat effect of making her episodes almost completely disappear, and when they did happen, I could see them coming and drag her out of it, or if I couldn't, they wouldn't last hours. They had feeling, not just I'm worthless, but I feel worthless because I have a job that doesn't use my degree and my parents expect better of me. She could put her feelings into words. So we got her into a therapist's office. A couple months of this and she'd come home with soggy eyes and big smiles. Catharsis. She realized she hated living near her family. Everyone in her town knew her. Knew her family. She had no anonymity. Worse yet, she didn't have the same values and morals. She felt exhausted pretending to be this person she thought her family wanted her to be. She liked meeting strange people and tattoos and drinking wine and talking politics. One day she bursts into the room and tells me, "Quit your job, we're moving to Seattle." So I did. Then I spent 4 days trying to get us an apartment and figuring out the logistics of getting there and yada yada. Then we told her family. Her tight-knit, small town, locally renowned family that we hated Florida and the hot weather and we were moving 3,000 miles away. They cried and she cried, and then they helped us pack, and her mother flew out to help us unpack, and they visit twice a year and we visit them. They were supportive. 3 years later and my wife dabbles in medicinal use of recreational, edible, marijuana. Helps a bit more. She's adjusted her doses on her medicines and largely lives with her depression, chemical imbalance, as an afterthought. That was my side of the battle with depression. I draw. It's amazing because I could do it for hours on end, and it just helps me put all my worries and troubles on a piece of paper and I just forget everything for a while. Start small. I have an idea, I want to go to the gym. 3 days pass, as self-loathing builds. Fuck, why didn't I go yesterday? Fuck, why am I passing this pile of dirty dishes? Fuck, why can't I keep this place clean? Then one day I feel a bit of energy. I count to 3 and drag my ass off the bed. It takes me a lot of procrastinating, but I'm out the door. I feel the rush of adrenaline and positivity as exercise gives me a feeling of accomplishment. I reinforce the positivity by eating a healthy snack. I ride the high as I come home and do the dishes. The next day, I thank myself for making my bed. I thank myself for eating some fruit. I text my friends to remind them I love them. I play some video games. I drink some water. Dishes start to pile up. I do them eventually. I get bored with making my bed. The video game sessions last longer and longer. The healthy snacks dwindle. The motivation subsides. So what's the point? Well, the cycles get shorter, some habits retain on each cycle. I make my bed consistently. I still thank myself. I no longer call myself a piece of shit. I can't afford therapy or medication, so for now this glacial pace of growth has been the light with which I've guided my life. Keep 3 different hobbies: a soothing one, drawing or wood sculpting; a healthy one, work out 4 times/week; a fun one, video games or skate. They are all different activities, but they keep me busy depending on my mood and also help keep a routine. You can't overthink too much if your head is somewhere else. Like and subscribe, or else Dr. Bad Boon will be in your room tonight.